Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video we'll learn how to cut and sew an overlap dress with puffy sleeves. So the overlap is just on the front bodice. It's a half circle flare. The skirt part is a half circle flare and it has puffy sleeves. So if you something you want to learn, let's get started. So right now I'm folding my fabric into two to cut the back first. I'll be cutting the back and I'll use the back as a guide to cut the front because the front is going to be like an overlap. So right now I'm measuring my zipper allowance of 1.5 inches on the folded part of this fabric. So this is for my zipper allowance, and then after doing that I'm going to mark out my starting point line. So once I'm done marking out my starting point line, I'm going to go ahead and take my full, that is my half length, which is 16 inches, and I can see I mark 16.5. Half inch is for the seam allowance. So the half length of this person I'm working with, the measurement I'm working with is 16 plus half inch seam allowance, which is 16.5. Then I'm going to mark my shoulder. So my shoulder is 7 inches and I added half inch to make it 7.5. And mind you, I am marking my measurement from that line that I ruled for my zipper, remember. So after marking my shoulder, I'll come there and mark my shoulder slant of 1 inch, and then from that shoulder slant I'm going to mark my post line, my chest line, which is as a guide in order to mark my armhole, round armhole. So I'm just marking a horizontal line there to blend with that one I measured there, so that it will enable me create my armhole curve, right? So now I'll go ahead and mark my circumference, which is my bust circumference divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches allowance, seam allowance. The same thing on my waist divided by 4 plus 1.5 seam allowance. Then I'm going to add 1 inch allowance for the dart. I'll connect it like so. So I'll now mark my armhole curve, and then I'm going to do a neck depth of 3 inches, right? And I'll add, I do a neck depth of 3 inches, right? Sorry, neck width of 3 inches, and for the back, neck depth of 2 inches. This is for the back, neck width of 3 and neck depth of 2. I'll connect it like this, and then I'll connect my neck width to that shoulder slope. I'll also add half inch allowance to my shoulder slope when I'm cutting, right? Extend this neck depth to my zipper allowance, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So guys, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please kindly do so, and please hit on the like button so that more people can see this video. All right, thank you. So my dart, I'm just measuring my dart, which is my nipple to nipple. It is actually 3.5 inches, right? And then I added half inch to make it 4 for allowance. So I'll cut this out. Remember to add your half inch seam allowance on your shoulder slant or shoulder slope. So I notched my zipper and then I cut the back into 2. And then one thing I like to do for my back bodice to eliminate bulginess and to make the zipper lay flat is so what I do is I come on the waistline on the side, mark half inch upward, and just slant it to this part to the side, okay? And then this is my dart. Then I'll cut it out. Now this is because your back and your front are not equal, so it eliminates that bulginess at the back. And then for the zipper to lay flat, I also do the same thing. I mark half inch inwards, and then I connect it with a slant to my chest line. Just blend it and then you cut it. So this will make your zipper to just lay flat when you're done fixing your zipper at the back. It just follows the shape of your back, because you know your back is not straight, it's kind of curved inwards or hollow. So that's what I do. I'm done with the back. Now fold my material again, and I'll use the back to cut the front. I'll place the back on it, and while I'm placing, you'll know that, I'm sorry this camera didn't really show the angle very well, I'm so sorry. Please pay attention to this part. When I'm placing my back on the folded fabric for my front, I made sure that I had space on the folded part of the front. Okay, now what I have is 4 inches extra space on that part, right? So you make space for the overlap. So this is just to create space for the overlap. Now because we have the zipper allowance on the back, I want to fold it. So I'm folding my 1.5 inch zipper allowance, and then I'm pinning it down. Okay, so I'm pinning it down, and so that it just stays in place, because I won't be needing that extra, allowance for the front. So this is what I have, and I have 4 inches. I'm sorry the camera really didn't show, but I had 4 inches extra on the other side for space for the overlap. So from top to bottom I have 4 inches on this side, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to the only thing I have to alter here is to make space for the overlap, and then for the neck line of the front. So the neckline is going to be like a V-shaped neckline. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and rule my starting point using my back as a guide. Now I'll measure the depth of my neckline. I measured 7 inches for my front. 7 inches. Just connected it to the folded part. Then I'll just mark my shoulder, my neck width, and then I'll just connect it to that 7 inches neck depth down to the waist of the front. I'm really sorry the camera really showed. I didn't know that the camera wasn't really showing that area, but I hope you understand what I mean. So I'm just going to cut it out using the back as a guide. So the only thing you're altering is the neck and then the space for the overlap. Every other thing you're going to cut the same. Remember that this space I'm pointing at, we eliminated it at the back. That's why I didn't cut exactly what I have for the back. So I'm only just trying to blend this neck area of the front very well. So I'll cut it out, cut the shoulder, cut the armhole, and then we're done. Now I'll just notch that area for the front and the back. I also notch, this part that we folded. Okay, I will notch it. Please notch it. The part where the overlap started, using the back as a guide. Just notch it. It's going to aid you so that you know how your overlap should actually be. So this is what we have for the front. Now if I match that notch that I have there, this is how it's supposed to be. That's why I say you should notch it so that you know exactly where the overlap should meet each other. So this is what we have for the front, and then I'll go ahead and sew the darts. I'll sew the neckline with a bias. For the back, I'm going to cut a facing for the back neckline. Here's what we have for the back. Now for the skirt part, this is a half circle skirt. I already cut it. I have a full tutorial on how to cut a half circle skirt. I'm going to link it up here or in the description box. Okay, please kindly check it out on how to cut the flare part of this dress. All right, so this is the flare part. It's a half circle skirt, and I'm going to set this aside and fix the upper parts. Then I will join it to the skirt part. All right, then for the sleeve is also a half. I'm going to cut the sleeve as a half circle, right? It's a puffy sleeve, but the method I'm using is going to be a half circle, right? So what I did is measured my round armhole and I divided it by 3.14. Okay, and the value I got, I'm just going to mark it out, which is my radius. Mark it out all the way around like I am doing. Please, if you don't know how to cut a half flare or half circle, please, I have a video tutorial on it. Like I said, I'm going to link it either up here or in the description box. Kindly check it out. It's very detailed, like very detailed, step to step, and very beginner friendly. So I'm just going to cut out the radius for my sleeve, which is my armhole divided by 3.14. Cut it out. Then from there, I'm going to mark the length of the sleeve. Okay, and also rotate it as well and mark it like this. So as you can see, I am marking 13, which is the length of my sleeve, including seam allowance. So once I'm done marking, I'm going to cut it out, and then I have a half circle for one sleeve. So I'll use this and cut another sleeve, notch the center. I'll use this and cut another one to make it two-piece, right? So by the time I put elastic on the down part, I'm going to get that puffy effect. So for the bodice, I've already used my bias to pipe the neckline. I've done my darts, and I'm going to match up the darts there of the overlap, and I'm going to just hold it with a pin and just sew it down so that it just stays in place. Sew it. Then I'm going to also do the back. I sewed the dart of the back, so you can see, and here is the facing that I will use for the back, but I'll attach the facing after I must have attached the zipper. I ironed interface on it, you know, to stiffen it. So here is my bodice. I've joined the front and the back piece together on the sides. I didn't join the shoulders yet, so I'm just going to get my skirt parts, match the center to the center part of the bodice, and sew. I've done that, and then I've also sewn the zipper area. I left some space for the zipper area, sew the down part. Now I like to come interface on the zipper area so that it just helps to stiffen the fabric a bit, so that the zipper just lays flat. Okay, so I'm just, the width is 1.5, which is the seam allowance I added for my zipper allowance. I'm going to iron it and then attach my zipper and then the sleeves, and that will be all for this dress, and just hem the down part. All right, so guys, if you found this helpful, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching, sticking to the end. Bye.